we had two Khans, Kotal and Shao, go up against each other in the arena. It just doesn't make any sense from a storytelling perspective. It just makes no sense at all whatsoever. The odds for Kotal Khan has so many powers compared to Shao Kahn. I mean, there's no reason why he should have lost in the story mode. All right, and spoiler warning: if you haven't, done the entire story yet, by now it's been like 4 weeks so far since the game's release. But Kotal Khan gets crippled by Shao Kahn. Seriously? It doesn't make any sense at all whatsoever.
Shao Kahn.
The odds are stacked against Shao Kahn in this game. They are. There's no reason why Shao Kahn should win a 1v1 fight between Kotal Khan and his successor. There's no reason why at all. Now, Kotal Khan has more powers than Shao Kahn to begin with, right? So Kotal Khan uses the power from the sun to get stronger and even heal himself. Now, everything from the comics, everything from the games are canon, okay? And if Kotal Khan, and I don't know why he's written so weak. It's laughable, honestly. He was beat by Kung Jin of all characters. He's not even like, maybe if it were Kung Lao or the Great Kung Lao, right? It would be understandable, but a teenager, a 19-year-old kid, beat an Oshtek Khan, right? He doesn't even have superpowers either. Like Kung Lao is able to sit there and teleport, and that's canon to his character too. Kung Jin can't even do that, but he was still able to beat Kotal Khan, who has so many different powers, right? Kotal Khan can sit here, and this doesn't make any sense. In the Colosseum fight, Kotal Khan, the very first thing that Kotal Khan should have done was sit there and burn, like he can use the power of the sun to burn anybody, to a crisp. He did this to Rain, when Kotal Khan, was attacking, the Shogun and Goro's forces. What he did was that before Rain could block the sun, so Kotal Khan couldn't be at his absolute best during that fight, Kotal Khan used the sun and burnt Rain to a crisp and almost killed him too. It's not clarified if he died or not, but there's a good chance he's going to be a DLC character in this game, because he's a fan favorite. Understandably. It just doesn't make any sense at all. How would Shao Kahn even win? Now, it's not specified if Shao Kahn is a god, alright? It's not, well, in the movies, some people don't take those seriously, and they don't consider him canon. Like, the developers don't even know who Shao Kahn is as a character himself, right? He's part dragon, part human. The only other species that Shao Kahn can be is Shogun, and that's not stated in the game, right? Now, in Mortal Kombat 11, there is a pre-fight cutscene between Johnny Cage and Shao Kahn, where they discuss, what are you? Aren't you like he says something along the lines of, if you're Shao Kahn, shouldn't you be a Shogun, right? And Shao Kahn replies something like, that's none of your concern, or something like that, along the lines of that. So Shao Kahn doesn't even, it kind of hints at that he is a Shogun. Like, the only other race in the game that's part human, half dragon is Shogun, which is Goro's race, right? So understandably, he would be powerful, by himself already. He's a Shogun if that's the case. But it's also in the movie hints at that Shao Kahn is a god, right? So I mean, he would have an advantage, obviously, right? Now, Kotal Khan's Oshtek race, they are humanoids. Like, they are beyond humans. They gain power from the sun, and they can use their powers in very creative ways, and it's completely canon to the comics too, and the story. Now, Shao Kahn, the only thing that he has in terms of power, like, he can take souls, alright? He can do that. That's done and over with. That's pretty much anybody can do that in this game, alright? He uses green power. For Shao Kahn. He can, a bunch of characters use green power to begin with. So Shao Kahn, Johnny Cage, Cassie Cage, Nightwolf, who has been confirmed to be one of the DLC characters in this game from a leak a few weeks ago, or a week ago. But Shao Kahn, all he can do is use green power to amplify his hammer's strength, you know, to make it smash harder, I guess. He can use it to increase his speed. Shao Kahn is super slow. You know, he's not using his green power in creative ways. He's not doing that. You know, but he can amplify weapons and make them, I guess, stronger, you know. He can summon weapons too, if he wanted to. And I think he can make portals also. I think I saw that somewhere before. He can make portals and stuff. Right? And he can enhance his physical strength using the green power, the same way the cages can do that in Nightwolf, right? Now, the powers of Kotal Kahn, okay? Kotal Kahn is able to use the energy from the sun to burn anything that he wants to. In milliseconds, you are burnt to a crisp. You look like bacon afterwards, right? He can even use the power of the sun to make an orb of pure energy, alright? And throw it at people. He did that in Mortal Kombat X. He can even teleport, alright? Now, is it... No, like, like, the teleportation, by the way, it's... You could argue that it's at the speed of light because, you know, he's teleporting using the power of the sun and using the light around him. But he can do that. He can teleport at the speed of light, you know? And not only that, but he can sit there and shapeshift. This is canon. Every ability that Kotal Kahn has in the games and in the comics is completely canon. Alright? So he's able to shapeshift, okay, into animals. Now, the only animal that we know about that he can shapeshift into is a jaguar. Now, I guarantee you that he can shapeshift into other things, you know, like rhinos, whatever, dinosaur. He can probably do that, right? But it's just not in the game. They just went with a jaguar because it would be cooler, I guess, or because of the actual game mechanics itself, you know. A rhino wouldn't be very, you know, it wouldn't work in this game. You know, it'd be too big, you know what I mean? But disregarding that fact, right, he's also able to heal himself in the sun. And like I said again, he's at his absolute best in broad daylight, where there's sun beaming down on his face, and that's exactly what happened in this fight between the two. So I just don't understand, how could this character lose to Shao Kahn? And the only reason is just lazy writing. Alright? Now, one thing that Kotal Kahn does have, right, and it's mentioned again in the story between Scarlet and Kotal Kahn, right, when they're underneath the Colosseum in the pyramid, was that Kotal Kahn practices blood magic, but Scarlet is the master of it, and this refers to the Kamidogu, which is the blood dagger. And I think there's like 12 of these blood daggers, but what they do is that they kind of corrupt the user's mind and stuff, and you know, they turn evil or whatever, or they cut themselves with it, you know, and they gain a stamina and strength boost. Like it amplifies their strength tenfold. You know, if Kotal Kahn used the Komidagu, right, blood dagger, against Shao Kahn, there's no reason why he should have lost that fight too, by the way, alright? Now, again, another spoiler if you didn't finish the game, Shao Kahn cripples Kotal Kahn by breaking his back, right? Now, if I didn't know any better, Kotal Kahn can recover himself using the power of the sun. So, and he can heal himself using the power of the sun. So I don't understand how something like that could ultimately just kick him out of the game. And because he's crippled, I don't think that he would come back in another game. Now, Fire God Liu Kang is able to reverse the events of, you know, different stories, and he's able, because he is the keeper now. He's the timekeeper now. All right, he can reverse things. He can do whatever he wants in the storyline now, right? And until the next Mortal Kombat game comes out, like 4 or 5 years from now, we won't know that, you know. But like I said, there's no reason why Kotal Kahn should have lost the fight between Shao Kahn. I mean, it's understandable that, I guess, you know, it's because it's not. There are so many things wrong with the story. Kotal Kahn, alright, we know what he is. He is a human who gains power from the sun. And it's almost at the same level as a god. you know. And when it comes to physical strength, Shao Kahn's got him beat just by a little bit, you know. No, they're duking it out. They're going at each other pretty hard and stuff during the fight scenes, you know. But then you have Katana, this string being right here, sit there and beat Shao Kahn of all characters, and then cut his face and he dies and bleeds out and stuff. That's so stupid. The writing is just so bad for this game, man. There's no way that this guy would win against Kotal Khan because Kotal Khan, all he would have to do in the beginning of the fight is just sit there and burn Shao Kahn to a crisp in a matter of seconds. He could have done that. He could have teleported behind Shao Kahn and done something with a sword and break his neck, or done something, stabbed him, right? Okay, he could have done that. Or he could have transformed into an animal really quick and started biting Shao Kahn. He could have done multiple different things. And not only that, but Shao Kahn, or Kotal Khan, can sit there and summon weapons and stuff too, just like Shao Kahn. So, power-wise, he has more abilities, right? Just bad writing overall. It just makes no sense whatsoever. And I don't even want to bother and pay attention to the story, you know, in and of itself, because just of the bad writing and the lazy scripting, man. Like, there's no reason why Katana should have beat Shao Kahn. There's just no reason why. It just doesn't make any sense. How could she beat a normal human beat Shao Kahn, who is hinted at to being a god? Alright, in the Mortal Kombat movie that came out like 1997 or 1996, whatever year it was, you know, 1990 something, man. But the thing is that Shao Kahn was hinted at being Raiden's brother, and it still has not been confirmed yet. You know, these two, you know, it's, the movies are canon to an extent, you know, but fans don't accept this. And they completely disregard it too. You know, that Shao Kahn, Raiden are brothers, but the only explanation for what Shao Kahn is as a character is that he is part Shogun. Okay? That, or he's a god. And last time I checked, you know, it would make sense for him to be a god, or at least immortal. You know. But in this game, gods can still be killed. Gods, and regardless of if that person's a demigod, like, you know, Rain or Havoc or whatever. I think Havoc, that's not Havoc. Who am I talking about? Rain is a demigod. He's one of the three sons of Argus, who is a god, right? So Rain can still die. Okay, despite being a god. Okay, Cetrion can, well, shoot, she is a elder god, she cannot die. And same thing with Kronika and Shinnok and stuff, man. It doesn't make any sense at all. You know, just being a god in this game just means you have powers. That's pretty much it. Like, there's nothing else to it. You know, being, you know, just a straight up god, not being an elder god, just means you have powers, man. You know, but like Kotal Khan was referred to as a god in Mortal Kombat X with his variations, being War God, Sun God, and the other, you know, but he's not God. And you would think that during the Tarkatan raid mission that no one would die during that fight, because all all Aztecs are the exact same. From what I've seen, Kotal Khan is exactly like his father, Kotal Ketz. Right? They have superpowers, alright? So, that scene where Baraka is sitting there cutting down other Aztecs, I just don't see how those Aztecs should have lost that fight. There's no reason why they should have lost that fight. You know, just because they have superpowers. All of them have superpowers. But, you know, whatever. That's my thoughts on the lazy writing in this game, you know. Kotal Khan should have won that fight, not easily, because apparently Shao Kahn's a god, but he should have done something more than just sit there and stab him in his shoulder. And so he should have done more, honestly. But those are my thoughts on what I think about the story and Kotal Khan versus Shao Kahn.